Hi guys, Bradley from B-Rad TV here, and this is just a quick video about being present in and enjoying the moment. Now ironically I can't fully I'm enjoying what I'm doing, but I can't fully be present and aware and enjoy this moment because I'm thinking about what I'm saying to you, and I'm having an inner debate with myself as I try and describe this process to you. We miss so much of our life and our experiences only because our mind is elsewhere. Right now my mind is on doing this with you, and I'm having to think and do that. But if I was to just stop and enjoy this moment, it would become timeless. Enjoying the moment or being present means leaving aside everything else other than is right now. Right now I'm going to have to do my hair up in a ponytail for you because I can't see a thing, it's blowing around. There we go. Being present means being fully aware and experiencing everything that is going on at this point in time, in space and time. You can just stop whatever you're doing, any point in space and time, and feel that moment. It affects the passing of time, I think. It can seem timeless. You can take a moment and fully experience it, and it feels like it exists forever. I'll give you an example of this. Last night, at family home, having Christmas snacks. We had bread, meats and cheeses. It was lovely. And I was just on my own in the kitchen for a second, and I sat down and I almost got myself into a meditative state. There was nothing outside of me sat on this chair eating this piece of bread with pate, salami and some cucumber, and it cemented in my mind this experience. I could feel my feet on the floor, I felt the chair, the bread in my hand, the smell of the kitchen, the smell of the house, the faint sound of a TV in another room. I didn't know what was on, but I could hear it in the background. It was pitch black outside, it was night time. And I enjoyed this piece of bread with some meat on it more than I can remember enjoying anything in a little while. I just stopped. I let everything go. I paused. My thoughts were there. They were present with me, but you let them be, and they're no concern of yours in that moment. Taking deep breaths, that helped me as well. But that moment now, that lasted forever. That was a microcosm of eternity paused in space and time while I enjoyed this sandwich. Just sat down eating a piece of bread that normally you'd scoff, and that'd be it. No, to stop and enjoy it and savour it and let there be nothing else in my life. No thoughts or worries or anxiety about anything. There was only me enjoying this sandwich, and it was incredible. Not just the taste, the whole experience. Whoa. No, the thing is, if there are instructions of how to do it, they don't work because you're following instructions. You're not being present and letting the moment be in experiencing it. I could offer advice. There we go. Advice on how I do it to experience a moment fully. Here, this is a learning process. I've never explained to anyone before how I feel a moment. Phenomenal sentence. I've never explained how I feel a moment. What? I will relax my body. I will slow my breathing, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. I do that, that's a cliche, but that works for me. In through the nose, out through the mouth, deep breaths. I will make sure I'm still physically. I don't know if you can do it while you're running or you're jogging, I'm sure you could. I will still my body and I will still my mind. I know to consciously try and think, especially if you're stressed and worried and you've got anxiety. I'll go back to a staple of my meditation. I will think of either a desert or a field or a plain that I'm stood in, and all of my thoughts, worries and anxieties are the clouds in the sky, and that means they exist and they're there. You can't block them out and stop them, and if you try not to think about them, you'll think about them more, which will really impede trying to experience a moment. So by having them as the clouds in the sky, you're acknowledging that they exist, but you're not worried about them because they're not with you at that point in time. And then as soon as those thoughts are left to their own devices and not affecting this beautiful moment that I'm trying to experience, there are no thoughts other than the moment in space and time there that you're currently enjoying. So sat at that kitchen table, slowed my breathing, slowed my body. I've let my thoughts float away, present. Well, no, they're there, but they're not in this moment with me. There's nothing in this moment other than me sat on the chair. Your senses become heightened. You feel, taste and smell the whole room. You feel like the fibres of the bricks in the walls, the glass, the shimmers, the lights on candles, every little thing. Your mind isn't worried about your bills or your rent or this work colleague or this stress or this relationship. There is nothing other than that moment. I don't understand time. Who understands time? But it makes it feel like an eternity. I was eating that sandwich, and I was doing it slower than I'd normally eat a sandwich, and I was savouring every flavour. But I don't know if it took me a couple of minutes, but that moment is just, I say locked in my mind. It's not locked in my mind, but it was an eternity. There wasn't beginning and end to it, but it was just a perfect moment that existed and will exist and has existed. It's happened and it's going to happen and it's ongoing and it's there, and and we can do that all the time. And it's the same logic as meditation. It's taking time out for yourself, and it does relax you, and it reminds you of being alive, of feeling, of tasting, of smelling, of seeing. Just stopping and pausing for a moment to fully experience that moment and be nowhere else. Of course, there's times in your life you need to concentrate, you need to work, and you're present in the moment there, you're working, you're thinking, but it's more a not thinking and being present in the moment is experiencing it fully. I'm not saying live in a daydream or drift away or don't work or anything like that. No, work hard, guys. You've got to work hard and survive. Take yourself out of your thought patterns and fast-paced thinking. Take some time for yourself to enjoy nothing. You could say it's all well and good, I'm on a beach now, oh, it's easy enough for me to relax and feel peaceful, or I'm at my family home and I'm having a nice sandwich and it's peaceful, so it's easy to enjoy the moment then. You can do this anywhere. You can do this on a packed out coach. You can do this stood up, commuting on the London Underground. You can do this in a noisy building site. You can experience the moment anywhere, and that's the whole point of it. It's experiencing the moment with no external obligations or thoughts. There is only that moment. If you can do it, guys, I hope you'll develop it. My instructions aren't very good, I'm sorry. I've never taught anyone how to do this. I guess you can't teach it. You have to learn and develop yourself and find out how to do it yourself. The very thought of, I'm trying to enjoy this moment, that detracts from the moment and you're not doing it. So as soon as you start thinking, I am enjoying this moment, that's when you're drifting away from actually being totally present in that moment. When you're totally overwhelmed in that moment and there is no sense of time right there, that is when you've got that perfect experience of eternity in that moment. You might consciously realise it and then you'll sort of snap out of that state. But afterwards it's a feeling that you have of that moment, and that's how I know that I've felt it and I have done it and I can do it. This is fantastic if you're stressed about work, you're unhappy, you're scared, you're anxious, you're feeling insignificant or like you don't have anything. Stopping and fully experiencing the moment will wake your body, mind and soul up to how powerful your senses and your soul and your mind are. You forget how wonderful and how crazy it is that our consciousness can experience sight and sound and taste and smells and touch. How on earth can my mind or soul feel what this rock feels like? I'm not a scientist. What is it? Electrical impulses being interpreted by my brain, as they say in the Matrix. And that goes on to how do you know anything is real? Because I'm feeling it and experiencing it. That's another debate. We're not going there. It will help you relax. It will help you focus. And not only what it'll help you do, just feeling it and doing it is incredible. It will turn the simple everyday into the most cosmically beautiful experience that you could ever imagine. And I do different sorts of meditations. Some I do before bed to drift away in some weird sleep euphoria dream state, drifting in and out of it. And then there's to totally drift your mind to another level and not be in your body and get out of your body. And I don't know technical terms for any of them. I've heard a few of the people that I've spoken to, and when I've done it, this, as far as I'm concerned, is a form of meditation. It's a meditative state you can get into to completely overwhelm yourself in the moment. Lots of meditation is letting go and and getting out of your body. But this, someone please tell me what it's called. Please tell me what it's called. Overwhelm yourself in a moment, guys. Feel and experience yourself on this planet, as lucky as you are to experience this little thing, this one little moment, I was going to say insignificant moment. No, this phenomenally cosmic and eternal moment. Take some deep breaths, enjoy yourselves, relax, have a healthy time, guys, and B-Rad.